Good morning children, welcome to aimsindia's online classes. This is biology session. You are watching 6th class environmental pollution part 4. Children, we have been discussing about the pollution and the types of pollutions. Okay. So, let us continue the types of pollutions. Are you ready children? Let us proceed. Industrial pollution. The pollution is an undesirable change which occur in the natural environment by the addition of the unwanted substances which is harmful to the habitats of different organisms is called pollution. So, industrial pollution is the release of wastes and pollutants generated by industrial activities into the natural environment including air, water and land. Okay. So, this industrial pollution nowadays it is causing more damage. The pollutants and the waste from the industries encompass air emissions, deposit of used water into water resources, landfill disposal and injection of toxic materials underground. Okay. So, industrial pollution can adversely damage the plants, to kill the animals, cause ecosystem imbalance and degrade the quality of life. Okay, this leading industries such as power plants, nuclear power plants, steel mills, sewage treatment plants, heating plants and glass smelting among other production, processing and manufacturing companies are the major contributors to industrial pollution. You know very well, not only in the urban areas, outskirts of urban areas, even in the rural areas also, wherever the water source is available, some kind of industry is established. Okay. Of course, industries are providing employment for the people, but the byproducts or the industrial effluents which are released from them are damaging the environment. Most of the pharmaceutical industries, okay, glass, plastics, etc., causing a lot of threat to the environment. Okay. So, they release these industries release smoke, effluents, material waste, toxic byproducts, contaminated residues and chemical consumer products that eventually end up in the environment, thereby causing pollution. Okay. Next, light pollution. Then what is the remedy for this industrial pollution? So, once again the scrubbers must be used to filter the harmful gases or toxic gases before they release it, and long chimneys must be arranged, okay, so that the gases may be released far away from the human environment, and the effluents, especially hot things which are produced from that industries, they must be cooled down and treated biologically and then released into the water. Okay. And growing of trees near the surrounding of the industries is also very, very important. Then light pollution. What is light pollution? Light pollution occurs due to lengthened and excessive use of artificial lights such that it results in the brightening of skies at night. So, due to high brightening of skies at night, as a consequence, it upsets the activities and the natural cycles of wildlife, and also affects the welfare of humans. Okay? Whenever artificial lights are used where they are not intended, it causes a nuisance. For instance, too much outdoor light intruding into neighbors' bedrooms can disturb their sleep. Okay? Likewise, too much indoor light has implications on the health of the inhabitants of that room. Okay? Light pollution is also referred to as luminous pollution or photo pollution. The types of light pollution include glare, light trespass, and sky glow. Okay. So, this light irritates the living beings. Okay. Unnecessary bright lightning may not be suggestible. Okay. Then improper utilization of the resources. Natural resources can get degraded by their improper use. Soil erosion and desertification. Desertification means over cultivation, overgrazing, deforestation, and poor irrigation techniques lead to soil erosion and desertification. What is the meaning of desertification? Conversion of land into a desert. Okay? The main cause of desertification is soil erosion. Okay? Over cultivation, over grazing of these herbivorous animals, deforestation, cutting down of a large number of trees in the particular area, and poor irrigation techniques. Okay? Usage of more chemical fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides, that all makes the land unfit for nothing. Okay? Waterlogging and soil salinity. Lack of proper drainage leads to waterlogging, which affects the crops and also leads to increase in the salinity of soil. Okay. Salinity means increase in the salt content of the soil is increased due to the accumulation of salts. Okay. So, now the environmental phenomena, or we can say environmental hazards like global warming, ozone depletion, deforestation. First, global warming. It is the gradual continuous increase in average temperature of surface of the earth as a result of increase in concentration of greenhouse gases. So, what is the greenhouse gas? The main greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. When the carbon dioxide percentage is increased, so how the percentage of CO2 increase in the atmosphere? By more industries, by automobiles discharge, okay, by combustion of fuels. Which fuels? Fossil fuels. Over usage of fossil fuels also leads to increase in the carbon dioxide percentage in the atmosphere, which leads to increase in greenhouse effect, that is called global warming. The cause of global warming: the earth's temperature has increased by 0.6 degrees Celsius in the last 3 decades. In the last 300 years, 0.6 centigrade temperature is increased, earth's temperature is increased. This causes change in the precipitation patterns. Okay? Odd climatic changes, example El Nino, La Nina. Okay? These are due to global warming only. Okay? Some places severe floods, some places severe drought. Okay? melting of polar ice caps, which will lead to rise in sea level, and many coastal areas will be submerged in water. Increase weed growth, eruption of the diseases and pests. Okay. Thus the crop productivity will decrease. Ozone depletion. Okay. Global warming is a severe problem. Okay. So to avoid, only solution is to make the earth green planet, growing more large number of trees. Okay. Next, ozone. Ozone depletion. You know very well, ozone is like a blanket over the earth, or a layer. It is found in the upper part of the stratosphere. Okay, atmosphere is divided into different layers, like troposphere, stratosphere, ionosphere, lithosphere, hydrosphere, like that. Okay. So in the stratosphere, upper layer of the stratosphere is covered by ozone. So it protects the earth from the harmful ultraviolet rays, UV rays, which is emitted from the sun. High energy UV rays break the bonds within the molecules such as DNA and proteins, means causes mutations. Okay. Ozone is formed by the action of ultraviolet rays on oxygen molecule, and its thickness is measured in Dobson units. Okay. So like this, how the ozone is formed means, the oxygen present in the atmosphere 3O2, it gives rise to 2O3 in the presence of ultraviolet rays. Okay. In the presence of UV rays, this oxygen is converted to ozone. Okay. This the thickness of ozone is measured in Dobson units. The ozone layer is getting depleted by the action of chloroform, chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons. So these chlorofluorocarbons are produced from refrigerators, air conditioners, perfumes, okay, foam sprays, etc. They are and not only that, even in the aerosols. Aerosols means the gases released from the aeroplanes and rockets. Okay. So at that time, what happened? Reverse reaction takes place. O3 converts into O2. That is called ozone depletion. Okay. The CFCs means chlorofluorocarbons are acted upon by ultraviolet rays in the stratosphere, liberating special atoms. So what are they? The chlorine atoms are produced. Chlorofluorocarbons are there, no? So the chlorine atoms which acts as catalysts to degrade the ozone into molecular oxygen. Okay. Here what happened? The ozone, in the presence of the chlorine atoms. Okay, how these chlorine atoms are released? The chlorine atoms are released from these chlorofluorocarbons in the presence of ultraviolet rays. So they convert the ozone into molecular oxygen. Okay. So like this, the molecular oxygen is formed in the presence of chlorofluorocarbons. That is called ozone depletion. The ozone depletion is particularly greater in Antarctica, resulting in the formation of large thinned ozone layer, commonly known as ozone hole. Okay. Due to pollution, the ultraviolet rays of shorter wavelength cause skin cancers. The ultraviolet rays of shorter wavelength cause skin cancers. mutations in the cellular DNA, snow blindness, cataract of eyes. These are all the results of ultraviolet rays, because when the ozone is a protective layer protecting the earth from ultraviolet rays. If any damage occurs to that layer, the ultraviolet rays directly reach the earth and cause damage to the living beings. Okay. Next, to check this ozone depletion, one conference held, the Montreal Protocol was passed in the year 1987 to control the use of substances that cause ozone depletion, means to minimize the production of chlorofluorocarbons. Next, deforestation. It is the unlimited cutting of trees and conversion of forest into cultivable land. So, whatever may be the purpose, it may be for the agriculture purpose, forests are converted into agriculture, or it may be for the construction of houses. Okay. So, both are very dangerous only. In the beginning of 20th century in India, over 30% of its area is under the forest cover, but which was reduced to just 19.4% by the end of 20th century. Now it may be very less. The deforestation is the result of a number of human activities such as increased population and the demand for land, increase in population and for the demand for the land. The trees are cut for timber, fuel, and also for slash and burn agriculture, also called Zoom farming. Okay, the plain, the mountain regions. Okay, step wise, they used to cut down the trees and convert it into the agricultural land. Once again, they shift. This is called shift irrigation. Okay, or Zoom farming, Zoom cultivation. So, this will lead to soil erosion very fast. So, in this the trees are cut and the plant remains in the forest or burnt, since the ash acts as a fertilizer. So, some of the major effects of deforestation and or major effects of deforestation are the increase in carbon dioxide levels, because forest acts as a carbon dioxide sinks, because very green and they absorb the carbon dioxide during the process of photosynthesis. Due to cutting down of the forest, means deforestation, the carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere increase. Loss of habitat for wild animals also occur. Soil erosion. Okay, we know very well that some of the forest grasses and forest plants, their roots hold the soil particles firmly and prevent the soil erosion. But due to this human activity, deforestation, what happened? Soil erosion is also occurred, and the consequent, what are the consequences of the soil erosion? It will lead to desertification, means the soil becomes totally unfit for agriculture, and finally there is a chance of becoming a desert. Okay. How can deforestation be controlled? The role of governments and other administrative authorities, it is very important. The following strategies can be implemented by governments to combat deforestation. Number 1, implementation of the security measures and strict laws to prevent illegal logging, illegal cutting down of the trees, whatever may be the purpose, for the timber or for livelihood or anything. Okay, cutting down of the forest must be stopped immediately. Next, increasing the count and range of forest under government protection, carefully planning and construction of infrastructure, that is roads, dams, etc. Because during the construction of these roads and dams only, lot of the forest area is destroyed. Okay, in order to minimize the loss of forest area, these roads and dams, okay, they must be constructed, their infrastructure carefully planned. role of individuals, we people. Every human on the planet shares the responsibility of preserving its resources for other humans, other species, and for future generations. Okay, it is very important. It's a responsibility, it's a prime responsibility as a human being. Okay, an individual can contribute to the prevention of deforestation by implementing the 3R strategy. What is 3R? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Okay, this is a principle in their daily lives. If you follow this, reduce, reuse, and recycle, then maximum damage we can prevent. Reduce, reducing the amount of paper consumed by using alternatives wherever possible. Reuse, avoiding use and throw products to prevent wastages. Okay, and recycle, an individual can contribute to the prevention of the deforestation by implementing the 3 R's. What are they? Reduce, reuse, and recycle. And reduce the amount of paper consumed by using alternative wherever possible, and reuse, avoid use and throw products to prevent the wastage, and recycle, diligently recycling all used wood and paper products. The individuals can also combat the deforestation by spreading awareness about its negative consequences and participating in tree planting campaign. Deforestation can be controlled by method called reforestation and afforestation. Okay, we come across one person, famous person, okay, who introduced Chipko movement, Sundarlal Bahuguna. Okay, and the person prevent this cutting down of the trees from the mafia. Okay, he hugged the trees and helped the movement starts from single person, and that is become very popular, and the deforestation reduced to some extent. Okay, recently he died. Okay, so this individuals, it's the individual's responsibility to grow the forest. Okay, because forest is the wealth of the nation. Okay, so if the more forest is present, forest covered land is present, so that country is a wealthy country. Okay, because lot of products we obtain from the forests, especially the rainfall and the agriculture process, everything go normally, seasonal changes, everything go normally. Okay, so reforestation or afforestation means growing of the forests. You know very well, a forest tree took hundreds of years. Okay, to grow a forest, it may take hundreds of years. It's not easy to grow a thick forest in 1 or 2 years like that. Okay, so that's why we celebrate Vana Mahotsav and plantation programs, okay, to encourage this greenery on the earth. Okay, I hope you understood, children. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.